Yes, that is a unicorn back there. As the title suggests, we all love compliments. We love being told how we look, who we are. Sometimes we need that validation. Hell, every single day we need that validation. But I think the best compliment of all time, other than you look tall today, has to be that you've grown, or has to be that you've changed. Now, people can say these in two different ways. That's why I said grown first, because people can tell you that you've changed in a negative way. They don't like the person you're becoming. That's what my dad told me when I decided to drop out of my course and become a YouTuber, but that's a story for another day. What I'm trying to say is that there's a difference when people say that you have changed, but I'm talking about in a positive way. When people tell you that you have grown, that you really have changed for the better, it just makes you feel something warm and fuzzy inside. What I think is beautiful is that when people remember us, they remember us at different times in our lives. Somebody could remember when life was going great for you, or maybe when life weren't going too great for you. In people's minds, there's always a different version of us. That is why when we come back into someone's life, or someone comes back into ours, when they see us for who we are now, they are just amazed by what we've done. Because we have all gone through a process, we have all progressed or regressed. So that response is from them thinking something totally different in their head, because all they can think of is who you were and not who you are now. Personally, for me, what hits even harder than somebody that I haven't been in contact with for a while sees who I am today is the people in my life currently telling me that I have changed. That for me is more important. You have to think of it like this. We see our lives in one perspective. It's just like somebody in a boxing fight. They're boxing, right? And they're just seeing it in their own perspective. But their coach by the side can see everything else unfold. That's why when they go back to the corner, they start giving valuable advice. That's how life is. We always have people watching us from the outside or close by that can tell us things that we do not realize. The thing is that everybody changes. Change is bound to happen even when we try to fight that. We all change over these years. We all have changed, even when we want to say that we've stayed the same. But what is amazing is when somebody in your life can tell you that they've changed and they can tell you exactly how you have changed. It's very nice to hear, because people don't mention enough that self-doubt is real. Sometimes when we are going through growth and we are actually making positive choices in our life, we're staying positive, we're working hard, we're maintaining that focus. Sometimes we do need somebody else to tell us that. Sometimes we do need reassurance. Sometimes it's not even about seeking validation or hearing what we want to hear, hearing people whisper sweet nothings into our ear. Sometimes we really do need somebody telling us that we are doing well, and that is okay. Growth is so important. I cannot stress this enough to you, because we all grow. Even when we think that we are not, there's never going to be a time, a chance in life where we are not growing and learning. That will never ever stop. That is why we are all always going to be students to life. It doesn't matter what age we reach, 70, 80, that is not stopping any growth. We all are growing constantly every single day. For some strange reason, I used to be absolutely terrified to change. But now, currently, I would argue that change is the goal. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to stay entirely the same. There are many aspects of myself that I love and I cherish, and I will always have those aspects in myself. I always did. Maybe I just didn't find it. Give me a sec. But like everyone, there are certain aspects in my character that are definitely weaker. I honestly find working on myself to be the best thing right now. I think it's important to be able to take a step back from yourself for once and to see what is working and what is not working, to see what your strengths and weaknesses are, and to try and improve and to try and grow. But self-reflection is only the first step. A lot of us always like to say that we are going to aim for something, that we have something in mind that we want to achieve, but we don't really do anything in order to achieve it. We always say what we're gonna do, but we're not saying what we're doing, if that makes sense. And I think the next step is actually doing it. It is okay to say to yourself, this is what I'm bad at, I'm gonna work on it, but you actually are not taking any steps to work on it. There needs to be some sort of plan, there needs to be some sort of method in order for you to actually achieve your goal, in order for you to actually achieve what you are really looking for. And unfortunately, my friend, no one's gonna do that for you but you. But that's also a positive, because then you can take the credit for working on yourself. Trust me, when you start putting more time into you and you start actually doing what you set out to do and staying true to your words when it comes to yourself, then everything in life just starts getting better. You see it now. The sun's coming out. You already know what time it is. I'm glad I caught the sun, because the sun has been running away from me these past days. As you know, it's winter, so it's going away quicker. I feel good. I feel happy. The sun's out, this type of video. I just feel good. And maybe it's the New Year effect on me. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that I hate New Year's was a lie, you know? Maybe I'm actually feeling like, you know what, this year is gonna be my year. But in all jokes aside, in all seriousness, the goal is to change. The goal is to actually put in the work and to make sure that we are fighting for it, because nobody else can fight for it like we can. Nobody can do the work for us. It's gonna all come down to us. So I'm gonna ask you, are you willing to put in the work to change, or are you willing to stay the same? It's up to you. In terms of how maturity goes, I think it's best to say that I've moved on from seeking the validation from other people in terms of my looks, in terms of my height, and in terms of how I'm doing. Because all I really want to hear are the words, "You've changed," especially when I know I've changed for the better. Maybe on that day, I just need that extra push, that little extra motivation, because yes, even someone as consistent as me and you needs that little boost sometimes. I do think the goal should be to change, and I think we all have the power to change. Sometimes we have to stop feeling so sorry for ourselves and put our heads down and actually try. As long as you're trying, I can't say anything to you. Always make sure you're trying your hardest. Always make sure you're smiling. Beautiful days are coming for you, my friend. And I just want to let you know that I just got myself all dusty. I don't know why I picked up the unicorn. Hey, let's go. Anyway, in terms of change, I will be changing some stuff with the channel. I will be switching up way more often. I think change is inevitable. Change has to happen. And that's all I got to say for today. My God.